Hello, hello. Check, check, check. 1, 2. How's it sounding? Let me know. If you're watching right now, let me know. Hope you all can hear me well. Yeah. Today is August 25th, 4:13 p.m. Still have not decided what time to stream on Sundays, but that is okay. Still trying to figure that out. And I'm probably not going to be able to stream next Sunday, so I was like, why decide yet? You know, what would be the point of that when just the following week I'm not going to be able to uphold that. So yeah, it's all right though. 5:30 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays. We are streaming here and working on projects and hanging out. But yeah, I think that's about it. It's been a few days since I've streamed. I couldn't stream last Thursday. So we're starting again today. First day of the week. But yeah, anyways, whatever. Here, let me just finish moving around some of my stream stuff. I'm gonna close my door just a tad since y'all can see my kitchen. Which, you know, is probably fine. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel like, looks about the same. I didn't want to close it all the way because there's no AC unit in this room, of course, so just want some airflow coming in. But yeah, here, let me share my screen in just a moment, just moving around some screens. All right, so yeah, here's our board. We're going to go to our board from last Wednesday. Before we do so, let me go live on Instagram. Let me actually make sure that's functioning in the first place before I go over there. Let me see. Yeah, looks like it's all up and running, so I'm gonna go live on Instagram too. And there we go. We should be all set. So yeah, let's go into our board from last Wednesday. What did I work on? Oh yeah, so last Wednesday I got a lot done. I worked on a lot of different things. I will have notes here. I do not love the color of that. I know I didn't last week either, but I especially don't love it today. Just gonna leave it gray for now. Have a good stream, brother. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, thanks for staying hi nonetheless. I'll say hi in your streams next time I see you live. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, dude. Hope you're doing well. Cool. Yeah, nice start to the stream. But where were we? 1 second. So yeah, this is everything we covered last Wednesday. We're still going through the coding trains tutorials here. Let me copy that over. Spotify just acted a little weird when I opened up Safari. That's weird, but whatever. Yeah, we're working through this guide right here, so I'll put a link to that in the chat. Oh, I also realized I forgot to put my live on Twitch and YouTube post on Instagram, so I'm doing that now. I'll also put the coding train link there. Cool. I think we're good. All right. That up on the message. There we go. All right. So yeah, we're working through the coding train right now. This tutorial specifically learned processing. And where did we leave off? So we completed a bunch of different chapters from it. Saving your code, code comments, notes from errors, notes from color, notes from stroke weight, notes from RGB color. I'm saying notes from, but that's just a note to myself that these are my notes. But what's in quotes is the name of the chapter we completed. So what we did last stream is we completed all of those, saving your code, code comments, etc. And then we added color to our assignment slash abstract drawing from not yesterday, but I guess this would be Tuesday. And then we made an agenda for today. So what are we doing today? We are doing what we're doing right now. We're reviewing last week's stream, last Wednesday's stream. I do like this song in my lo-fi stream playlist. I want to adjust the colors. What I said just now from last Wednesday, that we added color to our drawing. Did not like the colors. They were essentially completely random. So I just want to go back and edit those colors, make them, better. And then, what else? Sorry, I don't know why my brain just froze. Begin chapter bits and bytes in learn processing. So bits and bytes is where we left off. So, 1 second, just gonna check one more thing with the stream. Sorry, I'm still doing this, y'all. I still getting used to streaming. A lot of tech stuff going on, but it's all good. The more I get used to it, the less this happens generally. So, this agenda that I wrote for today will become the agenda for today's stream. August was today. How do I format it? Oh no, I'm editing the last board. Oops. Did I delete anything? No, I don't think so. Oops, did not mean to do that. I'm surprised I finally did that. Just gonna copy and paste this format that we have going because I like that format. We'll start. Today's our 10th stream. Yay. All right. 10th stream board 8-25-24. Is that how I've been titling them? Yes, it is. All right. So then we'll paste it right in there. And here's the format. All right, so we do put the title in. Oh, but I didn't change last week's one. So I do just write today's stream with the date. And last week, this was the 21st. Oh, I deleted it completely. Oh no, it's not letting me delete it. That's unfortunate. I think I can go back all the way to the 8th stream and copy it from there. I just like to have, not that it's too important, but I like to have a log of everything I've done on these streams. So I'll say 2 days. Stream, August 21st. Not today, but again, this is editing the last board I made. Cool. Yeah, I think that's about right. So then for today, we actually are leaving this the way it is because I already copied and pasted, I think. Yeah, that's correct. Well, I'll change from Sunday to today's. And yeah, that's about it for just setting up the stream, making sure we're up to date with everything. If you're watching right now, feel free to, I don't know, feel free to say hi. It's always nice to chat with people during these things, but no pressure if you prefer just looking and hanging out. All right. So we'll open up processing. Let's see this ugly little drawing we made. Hold up. All right, so this is what the drawing we made from last week, last Wednesday. Let's see it in all its glory. Yeah. Yeah, so what we're doing today is just editing the colors. These colors are completely random. So we're just gonna go through and, make them better, make them look good. So let me go back to, let's go to processing reference, making sure I'm not missing anything when it comes to color. All right. I actually haven't gone to the reference for colors yet. Actually, we have notes from last week. Let's just go there. Notes from color. So notes commands for color, background, stroke, fill. These are the three basic ones. Essentially, if you just put in one number, it's on a grayscale. If you put in 3, it signifies RGB, red, green, blue. Sorry, just reading this a little bit here. About stroke weight, then RGB color. I feel like stroke weight you can change color too. But yeah, if we open up our code again, we can right click on fill, find in reference. I'll copy and paste that, put it up here because it opens on my other monitor. Yeah. See if we learn anything new. All right. RGB alpha, gray, gray alpha. What is alpha? Opacity of the fill. Oh, that's cool. You can change opacity. Of course you can, but... And Daniel Schiffman didn't tell us about that last time, so here, let's go back. It's also... Oh, we only used fill and background. Let's see if there's anything new we can learn in a reference for background. Don't hit that color there. Oh, you can load in an image. That's cool. Did not know you can do that. Because we haven't gone there yet in the tutorial, but that is cool. Debating if I want to jump ahead and try that, or if I just want to save that for later in the tutorial, because I assume you'll go over it at some point. But yeah, it looks like about the same, except you also have image. I'm surprised you get image for background, but not for fill. Because I feel like that makes a lot of sense as to why someone would want to load in images and fill. Guess we could try it, but I don't know. Let's stick to color for now. So let's put in this color. This is not a bad color. What I wonder if there's a place where you can see colors and copy and paste them online. Yeah, there we go. So there's the background. I feel like there must be, right? RGB processing. So in processing, they go on a scale from, what is it? 0 to 255. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know if, you know, this is gonna sound very nerd, but I don't know if that's how it works for most programming languages. I just know that's how it works here. So I'll just say maybe color. Oh yeah, he's going to go over this later, why it's 0 to 255. But let's read it here because it's probably interesting. Color for a given shape needs to be stored in the computer's memory. This memory is just a long sequence of zeros and ones, a whole bunch of on or off switches. Each one of these switches is a bit, 8 of them together is a byte. Imagine we had 8 bits, 1 byte in sequence. How many ways can we configure these switches? The answer, and doing a little research into binary numbers, will prove this point. 256 possibilities, or a range of numbers between 0 and 255. We will use 8-bit color for our grayscale range and 24-bit for full color. 8 bits for each of the red, green, and blue components. Cool. Not quite sure what the bits here mean, but we'll learn that later. Not important now. What? Interesting. Oh yeah, so this is essentially... Oh yeah, I was gonna say, this is literally the tutorial. I didn't realize he had text tutorials. But yeah, this is literally the color chapter, Color by Daniel Schiffman. I was gonna say this all makes sense. He's introducing background, stroke, and fill. Oh, you can add no stroke. dark red, pale red. Oh, I wonder if that changes. Oh no, it doesn't change the opacity because the fill for the color is there. Processing also has a color selector. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Access via tools from the menu bar, color selector. Awesome. Beautiful. And looks like I can click on this. Oh, is it just the photo? Weird. Why is that an option? But anyways, how did it say to do this? That's exactly what I was hoping it would have. Menu bar, color selector, file. If you're watching and see it, let me know. They take me to a second sign. Color selector under tools. Okay. Cool. Awesome. What should we use for the color? Could use one of those film color analysis things. Just kind of take colors from that. Wouldn't hurt. But yeah. Let's see. Why not? Let's copy this. What's HSB? That I don't know. But if we copy it here, let's say for the color of the ellipse. Oh, that doesn't work. I wish you could copy it like that, but maybe you can. Yeah, no. All right, let's just type it out. Still, glad this exists. Maybe there's a way to copy and paste all three RGB numbers. There probably is. So glad I found this tool. All right. What happened? Oh, I edited the eclipse, not the fill. Let's go back. All right, there we go. 118. 58. What's this? Oh, that's part of the website. Donate bar. Oh, actually, let me share that in the chat if you're watching and want to donate somewhere. That's where to do it. Yeah, let's go back. Close out that for now. Back to it later. R G. Oops. G. B. Oop. Did not mean to do that. Oh, I can't undo there. Dang. All right. Let's say 163. See what happens. Yeah. So not too far off on the color I made before if I didn't lose it, but that's okay. What other colors could we add? Maybe like a lavender purple would not be bad. Why not? 193. Let's do it for the triangle. It's the triangle down here. Last one. I'm gonna have to delete the spaces. So R. Oh my god, I pasted and stuff copied again. Oh, that's frustrating. We start all over trying to find a decent lavender. Let's go with this. R G B. Don't love it. We're already in a much better place than we started, though. Maybe I should make it paler? Maybe? Let's try it. See how it looks. 210. 174. 224. I guess better. Still not in love with it. Do something in between. Just see what it's like. 218. 159. 242. Let's run it. It's a little worse. I don't remember that shape being like essentially black, but let's move on to this color and then we'll refine them from there. Maybe a yellow isn't that bad, like a yellow greenish. Maybe it should be pale as well. I don't know, let's see what it looks like. So that is the quadrilateral. So we'll do the fill up there, 227, 217, 140. There we go. All right. It is what it is. I might want to go back and change the stroke weight. How did he have it in the color code here to no stroke? Let's see what that looks like. If I add that in, knocked over my mouse, but there we go. Yeah, perfect. That definitely looks better. So that's cool that you just put it at the top there. It removes the outlines for all of the shapes simultaneously. All right. All right. What other colors can I add? Oh, I don't hate that color. Why not? 227. Maybe that's a way. We just, instead of moving this around, we just move the slider around. So I guess this rectangle thing, was it the ellipse is all that stuff. So let's do, almost edited the code for the ellipse by, sorry, eclipse, I keep saying that. I said it every other stream too. For the ellipse, so let's do 227, 164, 140. I'm not sure how long I'm just gonna stream today, by the way. Probably between an hour and 2 hours, but we'll see. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I don't hate it. So let's make the ellipse blue instead. Yeah, I think just setting the slider is the way to go. I don't know, maybe that's a real strategy that people use. I don't know, but it's what we're using today. So 140, 208, 227 for the, no, not the triangle. Oops, almost let that be too. Probably could have just hit undo a bunch of times before, but that's okay. We're going back to the quadrilateral. Wait, this was the quadrilateral. So, oh, this is a rectangle. I forgot you can curve the edges for rectangles. That's why I got confused with the ellipse. So let's go back. Sorry, this is blue, not red. Green, then red. Cool. All right, we're getting better. Why? Wait. Oh, no, wait. Did I just edit the ellipse? I did. Oh, that was just just misread where that was. All right, so here's the rectangle. That's why it's almost black, is because the numbers are so low, or I assume one. So I do 140, 208, 227, and because I undid the color change on the ellipse, it should change both shapes back. And yeah, all right. Kind of liked having at least one darker color. Maybe that's the triangle, or here. Let's change the triangle to the shade first. My strategy with the slider. 218 for red. What's this triangle? 140 for green. 227 for blue. All right. Is it better? Maybe, not really much. Maybe worse. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion about that one. But we should get at least one darker color in there, and maybe it should be the background. So if we go back to green, let's just see what it looks like if I make the green in the same range as well from the slider. So 181, 227, 140. Let's see what it looks like. Oh. It's funny, the background only looks a little different, but the ellipse, which we didn't change, looks a lot different. So there's our color theory coming out. It's all about the relationships, whatever. Yeah, it still should make the background darker. It should still be a green. Maybe it's like a blue-green that gets very dark, but still kind of muted. Kind of an ugly color on its own, but maybe it'll look nice with everything else. Let's see. All right, background 126, 155, 136. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, a little better. I'm still not in love with it. You know, it's not great, but if we go back to where we started, this is definitely better. Definitely. Do you want to change it all that much? Maybe a little darker? Nah, maybe not, because I feel like the darker, the more sort of muted it gets. Well, let's see. I feel like what needs to change is the triangle. I still don't hate the idea of it being purple. Should be a dark purple. You know what? Let's just see. 115. Where's the triangle? It's at the bottom. 15, 86. I forget it's at the bottom because it's so large in the drawing that it gets on top of everything, which means it's at the bottom, not the top. Okay. In my eyes, a little better. That's just my taste, but let's change it a little bit. Be a little bit brighter. Okay, 135. Feel like we're getting close to something I can call done for now. Probably not something we're gonna post online, but something that's pretty much done. Yeah, now, oh wait, now it's very 90s to me. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little too 90s looking. Let's do 124, 90, that's already 90, 129. Let's see this. Still pretty 90s. Let's go back to kind of where we were before. I feel like the color is better, but again, I'm not a fan of that. Color palette. Sometimes I am. Just not for my own drawing here. I don't know. Does it need to stay purple? Probably not. Do I feel determined to keep it purple? Maybe. Probably. So let's go back. 97, 104, 50, 70, 103, 108. About a little better, maybe. I don't know. Not all that much changed. But should I keep it? I kind of think so. Part of me wants to move the rectangle with the curved edges just a little bit to the right. So how do we do that? We go rectangle. Let's go to the rectangle reference, so I know which coordinates are what. I'll save that link to the color slider. Sorry, zoned out for a second. I'm just already tired, but it's all good. That's what this is for. So x coordinate of the rectangle by default, y coordinate of the rectangle by default. So I think x, y, believe, right? I think. God, I should know. But let's change the x. So if we go to, what's it, rectangle? Oh yeah, 0, 2. That's rectangle. Let's do 5. See how much it moves. I'm gonna close out the color selector for now. Yeah, a little bit better. Let's do 10. Oops. 10. All right, a little better again. 12. A little better again. Let's do a few more. 15. Oh, not 165. That'd be way over. Perfect. Awesome. That was easier than I expected it to be. You know what? Let's do one back. 1 pixel back. Why not? Yeah. All right, so should we move it up? Nah, let's leave it where it is. All right, cool. Here is our little abstract drawing. Still not in love with the colors, but you know, I don't want to spend all day with it. Kind of like what I was saying back when I made the shapes and the grayscale in the first place. I didn't love it, but I don't want to spend all day on something that isn't gonna go anywhere anyways. So let's just stop it for now. Save the code. And then before we move on to the next tutorial. Oh, did I edit the 9th stream board again? Is this? No, I didn't. Why is this one open then? Oh, because I was looking at the notes. Just gotta make sure I didn't edit anything incorrectly. By incorrectly, I mean on that board instead of today's board, and I did not. So, let's say what I learned from adding color to last week's assignment. Very long title, but I like it. Bullet point processing as a color tool. Go to menu and is that top menu? What's that called? I assume just top menu. Here, let's go back to it here. Yeah, just menu bar. Menu bar. And select tools. And then select... Is it color selector, I assume? Let's go check the name of it. No, we're in freeform right now. Yeah, just color selector. All right. Then I'll say learned via link below, just because I hate putting links in here because they don't, I don't know, they don't look great. They don't look as well as they could. So let's put this link here. Should I be following the text tutorials instead of the video? I don't know. Let me add a note about that. It's not exactly the same, like there's a little bit more information here, but I'll say similar tutorial to the video version I've been following, but in text. Should I be following these text versions on stream instead? Question mark. The only thing with that is I wouldn't know what order to go in, right? If so, what order do I follow them? Is there a link for this? Question mark. We're gonna keep following the tutorial for now because we're already so far in, but I don't think it would be a bad idea to revisit this at any point. So yeah, just gonna leave that there. And let's add another arrow, because I like having arrows in my freeform board. There we go. Then I'll hold the title here. Cool. Looks good. Guess that's it. All right, I guess we can continue. Was there anything else I want to save here? Any of these references? Nah. So we'll close out of all of them, and we'll continue with bits and bytes is where we left off. 1 second. We're about 40 minutes in, and I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some water. I know 40 minutes isn't that long. I haven't had that much coffee today, and my breath's a little tired, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna just pause for a minute or so, grab some water, and I'll be right back in a minute. Cool. cool. I think I'm all set. Caught my breath, got some water. And we'll keep going along with the tutorial. So let's see. Again, this is the tutorial we're working through. I have it on the screen here, but I'll put it. Oh, I keep pasting instead of copying and vice versa, but I'll put a link to it here in the chat, Instagram, YouTube, and also Instagram. And yeah, let me see. I guess we're all set there. So, let's go to where we left off, bits and bytes. RGB color, bits and bytes. Let me make it full screen so it's easier for me to scrub with these tiny sections. I think we're about there. So I'm just gonna hit play, and we're already an hour into the tutorial. I know we've done 10 streams and we're only an hour in, but hey, the first couple of streams, we didn't even know we were going to be following this tutorial, so we've only been doing this for a few now. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress myself. We're a fifth of the way through the entire long intro to programming video. So maybe once we're finished with this too, we will switch over to Godot. Yeah, exciting where I initially meant to go, but hey, this path is a little cooler anyways, so cooler for now at least. Anyways, let's hit play.
Before I move on, let's unpack this a little bit more. I'm imagining that this seems kind of odd to you, like why 255? Well, one thing you might have to realize here is if we're counting all of the possible numbers from 0 to 250,
this is what we just read from too in his Rin tutorial.
The total possible amount of numbers is actually 256. I know this is like, what are you talking about right now? This is actually really important because this is going to come back again and again in various things we do with code. Think about it. If the range of numbers is between 0 and 4, and I'm talking about whole numbers, so obviously there's a distinction there. There are 5 whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 numbers. 256 might seem like an odd number, but it's actually kind of, well, it's an even number, but it might seem like a strange choice, but it's a pretty important number. Let me show you why. Let's start with the number 2. Let's double that number and make it 4. Let's keep going. And we've got 8, then we've got 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. It is a power of 2. This might be something you're unfamiliar with depending on where.
Forget about powers from math class. I totally forgot about that.
Are in your life's journey around mathematics. But a power of 2 is any number that you can get starting with 2 and multiplying itself by 2 and 2 again and 2 again and 2 again. This is actually 2 to the 8th power. Why is that number 2 important? Now you might be familiar with the idea of binary.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll need it later on, but because it's interesting, I'm gonna write it down. So here, start new notes. We'll leave it here for now. I'll probably moving about. Sorry, did I hear something? No, I think it's just my floorboard. I always feel like I'm hearing something in the apartment. But I think it's just my floorboard. Maybe you know what? Should I go check it? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go check it just to make sure. But I'll be right back. Yeah, all is good. There we go. Anyways. let's get back. So what we're doing, we are adding notes. Yeah, Freeform does this. All right, notes shouldn't show the typing tool unless it actually is ready to write where it is. But anyways, see, yeah, I'm not even clicked on it again. So notes from bits and bytes. Add some bullet points. And what was I going to say? 256 is a power of 2, specifically 2 to the power of 8. How do I make 8? Their way. Oh, that's cool. I can change all the fonts here. I'm just gonna leave it how it is. 2 to the power of 8. Just gotta write it out because that's faster than me trying to figure out how to type it properly in a Freeform. But anyways, let's go back to the tutorial.
This code that we're writing is all this kind of high-level language written with some words in English, some strange syntax, but it's all a mechanism for us to be able to write the instructions in a language that feels somewhat more human-like than machine language. Because the language of computers is just zeros and ones. A single bit, one little switch on-off switch inside the brain of the computer, is a number 0 or 1. The sun is coming in, by the way. Did you notice that? There are 2 possibilities. So if I were to have 2 bits, I have 4 possible ways.
All right, I'm gonna watch that one more time.
Just than machine language, because the language of computers is somewhat more human-like than machine language, because the language of computers is just zeros and ones. A single bit, one little switch on-off switch inside the brain of the computer, is a number 0 or 1. The sun is coming in, by the way. Did you notice that? There are 2 possibilities. So if I were to have 2 bits, I have 4 possible ways I can configure 2 zeros or ones.
Oh, okay. Alright, bits refers to how many. This is exactly the question I was asking earlier today. Wow. Bits refers to exactly how many configurations of zeros and ones you can make. For example, 2-bit equals 0, 1. And then what was that, 4-bit? 4-bit equals 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. See tutorial, for example, because I know this is going to confuse me again in the future, and I'm going to have to go back to the tutorial to follow it along and make sense of it all. But anyways, let's continue.
I have 3 bits. I have 8 possible ways. If I have 4 bits, I have 16 possible ways. Well, it turns out that we are going to store color values in 8 bits of the computer, or 1 byte. There's 1 byte in memory of the computer in its brain where it can describe the red, where it can describe the green, and where it can describe the blue. So this is why you have that range.
I don't understand the last part fully. Gotta go back.
Color values. Well, it turns out that we are going to store color values in 8 bits of the computer, or 1 byte. There's 1 byte in memory of the computer in its brain where it can describe the red, where it can describe the green, and where it can describe the blue. So this is why you have that range.
So let me make sense of this. Color is 8-bit, 1 bit for each color, red, green, red, green, and blue. All right. Why am I not getting this? Let me watch it one more time. Let me go back.
Bits of the computer, or 1 byte. There's 1 byte in memory of the computer in its brain where it can describe the red, where it can describe the green, and where it can describe the blue. So this is why you have that range.
You know what? I'm so tired. I'm just gonna write for next stream to revisit bits and bytes. So here, let's say revisit. Then was this Monday's stream, and it will be August 26th. Cool. Just leave that there for now. You know what? Let me leave another note because you might forget. Revisit next stream. Just because I feel like revisiting it with a clearer mind will help me sort through it. Oh, it doesn't need to be larger. All right. Cool. Good enough. So next chapter is called Color Modes. I'm also curious how much this bits and bytes section will come up in the future in programming. I assume a lot, but so I definitely want to fully grasp it, but you know, it seems like background knowledge more than something I'm putting forward immediately into my code and stuff, but maybe it will be important in that regard too. But anyways, so next chapter is called Color Modes. So let's watch it.
We are so far removed from the low-level machine language in processing that this is something that we can alter if we don't want to think about
low-level machine processing
this way. If we prefer to think of
oh yeah, so this is kind of what I was saying just now, huh? It's so far removed from what we're doing here that we don't have to think about too much. Interesting. I'll still revisit it though, but yeah.
Value is a number between 0 or 100, we can. Like 0 to 100%, we can. In fact, we don't even have to only think of color as RGB. There are other ways to define color. Another system for defining color.
Before we move on, I'm going to say, let me turn up the music with this part. We don't have to stick to 255 as our range for color. We could change it to 0 to 100 if we'd like, for example. I just say for example because I don't know if it's completely unlimited or not, so I'll just leave it at the example for now. And then we can work in other color modes outside of RGB. Let's see what examples he gives.
Is known as hue, saturation, brightness. This is a
hue, saturation, brightness. He said that's another color mode.
Known as ways to define color. Another system for defining color is known as hue, saturation, brightness. This is a bit
Another system for defining color is HSB, hue, saturation, brightness. Interesting. All right.
Where I want to get right now, I will put in the video description a link to the online book, Programming Design Systems by Rune Madsen, which has a wonderful chapter about color, goes into HSB, or sometimes called HSV.
ProgrammingDesignSystems.com. DesignSystems.com. Have I visited the site already? Cool. I'll put this in the chat too for y'all. I don't know why the music sounds so low all of a sudden. At least it does in my headphones. Oh yeah, there we go. For some reason, Spotify, the volume went down in Spotify. Oh, I must have, it did it on my watch by accident. That explains it. All right, there we go. Sorry for no music for a while. Or for very low music, rather. But yeah, just put the book link in the chat. I'll also put it in Instagram too, just so it's there. Yeah, let's go back. Oops, that's not what I want. I want a link. Add 2 arrows. One over here. Here. Gonna say great programming book, entire chapter on HSB color. Cool. Cool. See, I love when books have an online format, like a website like this is just awesome. Like Daniel Shiffman has a book like this too, where you can read the entire book in a website, and it's just, that's awesome. You know, I love a free tutorial book like that. Just makes it super accessible, in my eyes at least. But
color
anyways.
in more detail. But for our purposes, the function that I really want to make sure to add here, where you can alter and customize how it is that you define color, is called color mode. And I realize I forgot 2 other functions.
Got distracted. Look at stream stuff going back.
And customize how it is that you define color is called, can alter and customize how it is that you define color is called color mode. And I realize I forgot 2 other functions that I need to add to this list, but let's go back.
That's self-explanatory. But I didn't see you wrote color mode with the parentheses, so I'm right. To define color mode, use function call color mode. Should be self-explanatory, but just writing it down for myself, you know.
Color mode for a second. Color mode changes the way processing interprets color data. Again, I don't want to get too far into this. This is something that I think will prove more useful later, and a lot of the...
No, looks like Instagram. We reached our duration for Instagram, which is weird because we just hit an hour. I didn't start at an hour on Instagram. It seems to start from when I start in Ecamm, not from when I start in Instagram, which makes me lead to believe that it's Ecamm, the software I use to stream from, an issue and not Instagram. So I really do gotta reach out to them and see why that is. Let me see, is it paused on Instagram? Here, I think I can show this. That's what it looks like on my end. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of frozen here. Yeah, it totally is frozen. All right, so I'm just gonna end it. Bam. Anyways, that's what it looks like on my end. It's too bad. I wish I could just stream for the full time on Instagram than I stream on other platforms. But you know what? More people tend to stop by on Instagram so it's a little bit more intimidating. So I guess this is a little bit more relaxed now. Now that it's just Twitch and YouTube, at least to me. But I think Instagram's still important to let people know that I'm live, especially before I post a full schedule or anything. But yeah, let's go to this color mode reference. Processing color mode. Does this bring the reference? Yes, it does. Oh, this is cool. Cool. Here, yeah, let me put another link to that in the chat. Another arrow. Let's continue.
Examples here are using code concepts that I haven't covered yet, but if you're really interested in how color is defined and can be customized, I would certainly encourage you to read through this in more detail. Here's a really nice version of this that I think we could use right now just to see how this works. If I were to call color mode and set it to RGB.
I have a new comment. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Thought I had a new comment that I missed, but it was just myself.
1.0, this means that the range of color is now no longer between 0 and 255, but between 0 and 1. So 0.5 or 1/2 essentially would be like 50% red, for example. To make this a little more understandable, let me adjust this a little bit. And
here, all right. Color, oh, and mode is capitalized. I should change that up here too. Color mode, 2 parentheses, semicolon, or sorry, RGB 100 parentheses, semicolon. 100 equals range of each color. I'll do 1.0 just like he did. 1.0. For example, 0.5 is about halfway through either the red, green, or blue color spectrum. Cool. Interesting. And actually I'll say can change this to 100 or whatever color range I'd like. I wonder if when I change this, if the color selector on the top changes too, because that was automatically set to 255. It's a good question.
So
should I test it out right now? Let's do it. All right. So here's this. He put it before background. So I'm going to do color mode RGB, comma 100. Actually, let's do 1.0. See if this works. Oh, everything's just white. But let's go up to the menu. Color selector. It is still 255, right? Oh no, it's not. No, it is, because up here red is 225. Down here it's 0. Both at 255 except green. Yeah. So it is up to 255. Yeah. That's too bad, I suppose. Let's try 100 just to make sure. Not 11,100. Oh, we got one color. Cool. All right. Let's go back to this color selector. Yeah, still up to 255 if we go to the top right. 0 to 255. So let's just remove that. So I'll probably stick to 255 just because I have the two color selector available to me, but just making sure this saves. That I didn't save the color mode. Cool. Good to know. So let's hit play and continue.
What this means is the range is now between 0 and 100 for every color value. Of course, it's doing weird things because I've written numbers that are bigger than 100, so it's going to just like consider those as maxed out.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
But you can see
too.
that already are the colors changed. Just for background, I can change this to like 100, 0, 50, and this would be full red, no green, and half blue.
Alpha transparency. Cool. I'll be honest, I'm starting to get a little tired, a little exhausted. It's been a minute since I streamed, but it's only an hour, but whatever. I'm pretty tired. Depending if I want to take a break or if I just want to call it here for today. We did stream for at least an hour, so I met my goal. My goal is to stream for an hour today at some point throughout the day today, and we made that goal, so that is still a win. I'm still happy with that. But should we start calling it? Here, let me go get some more water. I'll think about it, and then we'll either continue alpha transparency or we will start recapping stream and start preparing for tomorrow's stream, which honestly has become one of my favorite parts of the stream, is recapping everything and prepping for tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyways, gonna grab some water, think about it, be right back. All right, so here's what I'm looking at here. It appears, so I was scrubbing to see how long this lasts. Not last, well, I'll explain that in a second. I was scrubbing to see how long this next tutorial is, and it seems to start about 59 and a half. Then it goes to about, oh, flow. Oh, I didn't see flow. So then it goes to about 449. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So that means it's about, here, let me just go back to where it was. There we go. So it's about 5 minutes long. And then there's a section called flow, which is about, which I didn't realize there's the section flow, and I'll explain. Oh, there's a few. Oh wait, no, so sorry. Here, let me explain my thought. What I saw is at the end of alpha transparency. Yes, I was right. It's the last section of the drawing with code section, and then it looks like we're on to program flow. So that's I'm debating if I want to just finish out drawing with code today or save alpha. Originally I was thinking of saving alpha transparency for next week, but you know what, if we're finishing out the drawing with code section, then maybe I should finish it today. But also I do want to revisit bits and bytes next time, which would take some time. You know what, I'm tired. I didn't drink as much coffee as I normally do today, and I worked out right before starting the stream, which I'm glad I did. So hopefully I sleep better tonight, but I'm tired. I'm not going to absorb the information very well. I'm dueling because I don't think I'll absorb it very well, but I might. It'd be nice to finish the section. You know what? We're just doing it. If I don't absorb it well, then I'll add it to the list of chapters to revisit for tomorrow. How about that? That sounds good. So, let me make one more section, or a section of notes, and this will be called Do Not Like the Saxophone in That Song. Very MIDI sounding. If you don't know what MIDI is, it's like a software instrument, essentially. A MIDI converts like notes on a MIDI controller, like the keyboard I have back here. I should just pull it up. MIDI essentially controls the notes on a controller like this one, so if you play notes on it, you can control a software instrument or a MIDI instrument, and MIDI is like the language conversion, I think. It's the language that causes all of this. So yeah, I don't know, just thought I'd mention it. Something I can contribute to the programming stream today. Notes from, what was about type alpha transparency.
Okay, so let's put color mode aside now. There's a really important thing that I've neglected to mention, and let's get to that right now. Transparency, otherwise known as...
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier when I went through his coding text tutorial, as he mentioned transparency, and we haven't learned about that yet, so here we go. We're about to learn it.
You could also think of it as opacity. Something being fully opaque means you can't see through it. Something being fully transparent means you can see completely through it, almost as if it isn't there at all. In fact, I can essentially modify this idea of RGB color and call it RGBA color for red, green, blue, alpha. So this is adding yet another byte to the way we define a particular color. Alpha also having a...
I'm gonna write this down. RGB color can become RGBA color, which adds transparency as an option. What did he call it? What transparency be called here?
Green, blue, alpha. So this is adding yet another byte to the way we...
A byte adds, which adds transparency as another byte to, do I say BIT? Do I say BITE? Excuse me. I don't know. So I'm just gonna write BIT for now because byte feels wrong with an E at the end. That doesn't sound right. But another bit, byte. Yeah, so I'm gonna relieve a note to myself. Pronounce byte to our color mode. Called. No, I'm gonna say another bit called. No, I'm just gonna write transparency without the quotes. Transparency as another bit, pronounced byte, to called, then in quotes alpha to our color mode. Sorry, saying that out loud probably sounded all over the place, but what I'm trying to say is RGB color can become an RGBA color. I should say mode. No, actually, color makes sense. RGB color can become RGBA color, which adds transparency as another bit called alpha to our color mode. Which adds, I'm gonna say alpha as another bit called, wait, I did say transparency. Oh no, I closed out of that, did I? No, I reopened this one, if that's right. Sorry, I'm confusing myself here. Maybe I will revisit, but I understand so far. I'm just having trouble writing it out. Transparency, it's another bit. To our color mode, and then I'll say transparency is called alpha here. Or I'll just say an RGBA. That should make more sense. RGB color can become RGBA color, which adds transparency as another bit to our color mode. Transparency is called alpha in RGBA. Did they say to our color mode? I think so.
A color for red, green, blue, alpha. So this is adding yet another byte to the way we define a particular color. Alpha also having a range between 0 and 255, again by default.
I'll say to exactly what he said to, which I think is to our color mode, but to how we define color, just to follow it.
The reason why I mentioned color mode is I actually often like to change this to between 0 and 100 because it's useful to think of transparency for me between 0% and 100%.
Oh, that's
Let's
interesting.
See what this.
I'm gonna write those a note. Made it bold. Useful to change range to 100. That way we can think of transparency as a percentage, i.e. 0% to 100%. Cool. Cool. I also does he have the same table as me? Does he? But mine has, no, he doesn't. This is a proper standing desk. I have a Home Depot standing desk. You can kind of see it here. You can see it here. I have my albums out that I just bought from Hakushi Hasegawa. Yeah, sorry, forgot those were there. But yeah, I have my table here. That's why I thought they were the same table, both black legs for me instead of white legs. But anyways, it's still fun to see it. So set up here with his computer. I know he streams from, I think this setup, maybe a different setup, but yeah, interesting. Anyways.
Now, it doesn't make sense.
Interesting for me, maybe not for you all, but it is for me.
at the moment for the background to have any transparency. This is something we could come to again later, but what if I want the square, for example, to be slightly transparent? The fill of this square is currently a nice yellow. Full red, full green, no blue.
If I remember correctly from the tutorial, A will be at the end to change transparency.
Add a fourth argument for transparency, and let's give that value 150. Remember, the full range is between 0 and 255, so that's just a little bit transparent. It looks kind of orange now. Why is that?
Oh,
well,
interesting.
It's mixed essentially with the pink that's behind it. To make this a
I have to write a note to myself about that, so I remember that. Keeps making me bold. Transparent colors will mix with the background color, changing their appearance. Did I spell that? Oh my god, I'm so tired. How do you spell appearance? This is embarrassing, but with an A, I was missing the A. A, P, P, oops. A, P, P, A, R, A, N, C. There we go. Transparent colors will mix with the background color, changing their appearance. Good. Sorry, let me know if this text is too small for you all too, if you're having trouble seeing it. I'll make it a little bigger here. I realize some of you might be watching on a phone or something.
More clear. Let me remove this line. I'm gonna move that square all the way over to pixel 400, and let's make the circle a little bit bigger as well. Look at that. We can now see how the square is transparent.
Interesting.
It's blending with whatever color is behind it. And again, to be clear, only the fill is blending.
Gonna add a screenshot of this. Leave my notes, and I'll say, here, can we just drag this in? Yes, we can. And I'll say, example of how transparencies can blend colors. Cool. So this is the album that I was initially going to remove from my streaming playlist. But every now and again, I'm like, all right, this is kind of a nice change. This is the right song for the moment. Or at least a nice change. So I still don't know how to feel about it. I'm glad I haven't removed it yet. It's because this is the first stream where I'm like, oh yeah, these are kind of nice right now. So I'll leave them for now. It's kind of Minecrafty, and I love the Minecraft soundtrack. I could probably play that on stream, but I'd rather not use music that isn't intended for this purpose of being streamed, live streamed, or included in live streams. Cool. Notes are looking good. They're a little tight together. I'm gonna add some more space. But yeah, there we go. Looking good. So here we go.
Outline is not transparent. The default value would be 255, fully opaque for any shape. Let's make it even more transparent. Set that value to 50. Now there's barely any color there from the square. Put it back to 200, make it more opaque, and there we can see. So again, this is something you can really play with. The relative transparency of different shapes and how you place them will create all sorts of different designs. The order, of course, is again very important. I think it's also...
That I gotta write that down. Order, oops, still bold. Order of the code is very important to control how these transparent colors mix.
For me to say here, and maybe this is obvious to you, that it's not actually transparent, right? This is still just a flat screen and each pixel just has one color. But processing, the rendering engine behind the scenes is saying, okay, you have this yellow color, it's on top of this blue color, this one is transparent, I'm gonna do some math to blend those colors together. And this is something I could also get into more. There is something called a blend mode, and there are different ways to blend color. But
there always starts in bold. There is also a blend mode and other ways to blend color.
Default way is just by essentially averaging the colors together. And they're only averaged if I took 50% of one or 50% of the other, but that's essentially the math. Let me take 75.
The average of the two colors of the numbers representing the two colors being blended will produce the color perceived. Does that make sense? The average of the numbers representing the two colors being blended will produce the color that is perceived. The average of the numbers representing the two colors being blended will produce the color that is perceived. Yeah, I think so.
Percent of this color, 10% of this color, depending on the relative transparency levels. Oh, I'm almost done with color, but I realized two more functions I really want to mention before we move on. Whiteboard's getting to be a bit of a mess here, but let's add them in. No stroke, no fill. Now the reason
two more function calls to control color. Oh, I remembered them. Oh,
no
they
stroke,
walked by. No stroke.
No fill.
No fill. Oops. No stroke, parentheses, semicolon, and no fill, parentheses, semicolon.
The reason why I just thought of them is because I can essentially create no fill by setting the transparency to 0, setting the alpha, that is, to 0. That is no fill. If it's fully transparent, 0%.
You can also set a shape to no fill by setting its transparency to 0.
Opaque, there's nothing there. I just see what's behind it. But it's rather silly or inconvenient to write it this way when instead I could just say no fill. So fill 0.
Yeah, right. That. However, it's inconvenient. You know, I'm gonna write silly and inconvenient because I agree with them. It's silly and inconvenient. Oh my god, if I couldn't spell appearance earlier. Oh, I spelled inconvenient right. Wow, look at me. However, it's silly and inconvenient to write the code this way, so it's better to use no fill, parentheses, semicolon instead. Oh, it's a colon, semicolon instead. I like this song. It's another lo-fi song from my playlist that I like. My streaming playlist. But anyways.
Remember, is not no fill. That's black. That's putting the fill of black. No fill means fully transparent. For example, for
I'm just gonna write this to summarize. No fill equals fully transparent.
stroke for the circle, I can also say no stroke. So now I've got a circle that's fully...
I'll write that down to no stroke. Always starts bold, Command B. No stroke, parentheses, semicolon, makes the outline transparent. Cool.
Take.
Oh yeah, wait, isn't that what I put in my code today already? Yes, it is. Look, there it is, no stroke. Funny, because we saw it in one of the processing references or his own text version of the color tutorial, so funny. Yeah, we're already ahead. We're already using these function calls. Cool.
No stroke, and I've got a square with no fill that has a stroke. All right, as with everything that I'm going to be doing, there's so many more ways we could expand on this.
You just to hear that again.
With no stroke, now I've got a circle that's fully opaque with no stroke, and I've got a square with no fill that has a stroke. All right, as with everything that I'm going to be doing, there's so many more ways we could expand on this stuff, but this is a good foundation to start with about color. I have taken my Zoog drawing, added some RGB color, some transparency. I even threw in a color mode there to change the alpha range between 0 and 100. Why don't you try doing that now with your own design? Give that a try, maybe take a break for a little while, come back. Guess what we're going to do next? This drawing, this Zoog character, it's static. Nothing about anything I've done here animates or changes as the program runs. This is what I would like to tackle.
Oh, this would be cool if I'm gonna write down this idea. If my stream schedule that I'm making processing is animated too, that'd be just fun.
Next.
Cool, we did it.
This is what I would like to tackle next.
Just want to make sure I hear him there. Cool, and then this is what we'll start next time. So we did it. We finished drawing with code, the first main section. I'm glad I did that. You know, if you were here, it's debating for a while if I want to do this last section, and you know what? I'm glad we did it. So, what's up? What are we doing here? What are we even doing here? Oh yeah, writing down the assignment for next time. So add transparency. Should we change color modes? I guess we could. I'll just say add transparencies. We already added no stroke to, oops, accidentally closed out that. We already added no stroke to our code, as I already showed. So yeah, we can try adding transparencies. So add transparencies and other concepts learned today into my abstract drawing. And then we'll begin chapter, what was that chapter? Needs to load for a second because I closed out of it. Of course, I bet it's about to give me an advertisement, huh? Oh no, it doesn't. Program flow. Oh, I forgot to. Here, I'm gonna copy this. And I accidentally deleted to revisit the, oh. Return. There we go, revisit chapter, that I want to leave. Add transparencies and other concepts learned today into my abstract drawing, and then we'll begin chapter program flow. What should I do first? Should I revisit chapter bits and bytes first, or add transparencies to my drawing first? I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I feel like revisiting the chapter first and then doing the assignments still leaves like a nice period, a nice ending point to that assignment, and then we can just start program flow fresh instead of going back and forth. And yeah, I feel like starting out the stream with the assignments too is a little like, whoa, what am I doing? You know, I feel like starting with the tutorial first is kind of like a nice little warm up before I go off into the assignments. Let's get this song here. That was from that album I was talking about. Oh, this song I like too. So what we did today, we recapped last stream, and then today we added color to last week's assignment. You know what? This is it. Recapping. I'm gonna change it to recapped last stream, and then we changed the colors from last week's assignment / abstract drawing to make them prettier. Make them, what's the word I'm looking for? To make them less random. Until they were at a point I was content with. And then we did that. We learned a bit from the color text tutorial. Which, you know what, I'll leave here what I learned from adding colors. Say, we learn some important features from doing this. See notes on the left. And then we completed bits and bytes, color modes, and alpha transparency. So we did 3. Here, I'll just edit these. Completed bits and bytes, color modes, and alpha transparencies. Was it transparency? So bits and bytes, color modes, bits and bytes, color modes, alpha transparency with the Y, not plural. Where was that? Transparencies, probably didn't need to type it all over again, but that's all right. Transparency. Dang, I was hoping we'd finish on that song. Maybe I'll play that song again on the way out just because I like it. Transparency. From learn processing the coding train. Yeah, so bits and bytes, color modes, alpha transparency from learn processing. Then I'll remove this because that's what we started with, was changing the colors from last time. And then what to do off stream generally. Finish updating Nightbot for YouTube. I did do some of that. It doesn't appear to work. See, if I put commands in the chat, it shows up on Twitch, but not on YouTube. I remember I have one for just me saying Nightbot too. And Nightbot just says you're welcome, because I figured, know what, no matter what someone says Nightbot in chat for, you're welcome is probably a funny response, but it's not showing up on YouTube, the response at least. So yeah, that's weird. Not sure what that is, so I'll look into that. So I'll leave that there. Even though I did a lot to update Nightbot for YouTube, I copied and pasted most of my commands over. It's still not working for some reason. Do I have to have both open? No, I don't even have Twitch's Nightbot open, so that's not the case. So yeah, weird. Update Stream Deck settings. Yeah, we did update some of the Stream Deck settings. Is there any more that I want to add? I don't know. I think it's where I'm happy with it, so I'm going to remove that for now. Decide on a final time for Sunday streams. Yes, I still gotta do that. And then email Ecamm Live to see if Instagram duration limit can be adjusted, or is this an Instagram issue? Yes, I'll know if it's Ecamm's fault or Instagram's issue that I can only stream for an hour on Instagram. If it's Instagram's fault, there's probably not much I can do for now. But if it's Ecamm Live's fault, which I'm inclined to believe it is, because I didn't actually stream for an hour on Instagram today, I just streamed for an hour on Ecamm when it booted me out. Then hopefully that can be fixed somehow, because I believe I should be able, in theory, I should be able to stream for up to 4 hours on Instagram, but it is what it is for now, so I'll reach out. Probably won't do this tonight because I'm tired, but hey, and none of these things are too important too. Done most of the important stuff, so yeah. Going to add all of these notes. I'm not going to add a big circle around it because I just don't think it's necessary right now. Here. Kind of move this over a little bit, like that. Cool. Look at our board today. It looks great. I love what's going on with the links. See, that's why I love the arrows and the links. It always looks how I want it to when I do it that way. So yeah, this is about it. Next Sunday, did I see there's a random arrow down here? Oh, did it not move with everything else? Yes, that's correct. I'm glad I didn't just delete it. I'm glad I found it. I don't know why that is. Now I can't center it well, but there we go. It's pretty good. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. Cool. So yeah, next Sunday, I probably, I have a busy day next Sunday, so I won't be able to stream for a full, yeah, or I don't even know how long I'll be able to stream. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I won't be able to stream at a consistent time, so I'm not going to decide my Sunday time yet. If I do stream, it'll probably be pretty early in the morning, Eastern time. But I might not end up streaming depending on how busy everything is. But you know, I might still stream. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not holding myself to it just because I know it'll be a busy day. And then I'll be live tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and every day this week except for Friday and Saturday, I'll be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is about 2:30 p.m. in Pacific. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope it was helpful, informative, nice to leave on in the background while you worked on projects. And yeah, excuse me, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around for the raid. Otherwise, I hope to see you next time. Oh, and if you haven't already, please follow or subscribe if you're on Twitch or YouTube. That way you can be notified the next time I go live. But yeah, thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your day.